Why are you tired and hot and sweaty? Hey everybody, it's Tuesday night. Welcome to our live. We're glad you joined us today. It is hot and sweaty, and even though we're actually sitting in the air conditioner, there's a story there.
Kind of, sort of, in a way.
Before we talk about that, let's see who's in the chat. Well, Starla was number one. Hello, Starla. And we got my crooked little Homestead. How things going up there in the Great White North? And we got Miss Skane's girl. Who else we got? Tambra's in the house. Looks like Leonard's here too. Hey, Leonard.
Hi.
Well, glad you guys could make it. Oh, there's a country I heard from for a while. How you doing, man?
Since last night.
Since last night, yeah. Well, we are sitting here. Actually, tell them the air conditioner story.
Okay.
Because you broke down.
Well,
I'm not complaining about.
Yeah. No. So what I did, I've got the freeze dryers, and I needed to figure out how, because like I said, powwow and everything just back to back, boom, boom, boom. I literally have sold out of some stuff, and so I have to get inventory back up. So I thought what I would do is I would just go ahead and get those little portable air conditioner units and put them in with the freeze dryer, which in each room. And then that way I can operate the freeze dryers in between festivals and be ready for the fall. And so I went ahead and I ordered these. Got a little bit of a sell on them. I mean, they're not cheap, but they're not expensive either. It's not like a central unit.
Electricity if we got the central air run.
Yeah, it's the central air runs. Well, all the ductwork doesn't go back there anyway, so central air wouldn't work for the freeze dryers. So I got these, and then I started thinking about it as I'm dying over my stove because I've got cinnamon roll orders coming out of my ears. I've got to get tamales done. I got to get all this stuff done, and so standing over the stove and the kitchen heating up, I was a hot mess. I really need an outdoor kitchen. That I was a hot mess. So, and we ran out of propane. So we needed to get that filled so that I could can outside because I was canning as well. Oh my God, that's a story in itself. And so I've been canning all week. And then, so what I figured, I ordered 2 of these and I was like, well, why don't we've got the window unit. So we'll put that one in with the extra large and then take the 2 portables, put one in the kitchen. That will help me. And then put one in the pantry with the other freezer. And so now, once I get everything set up, and you help me set it up, because I'm not going to be able to take care of that window, I'm too short. Okay. And so, but I think I can set up another one of those. I set this one up, so I think I got it now. So we'll get that done, and then I think we'll be back up in full operation. So it's still humid, nothing I can do about that. And it has the portables have dehumidifiers on them, and man, is it really sucking a lot of water out of the air. I had a full 5-gallon bucket today that I needed to dump, and that was just from overnight. So it's working. It's just not. I mean, of course, I'm just going to be heating up my kitchen. So
yeah. Well, and this house is not.
This house is not
sealed.
It's not.
We
sealed
got
tight.
still have a lot of work.
A lot of work.
It's way tighter than it used to be.
Kind of, except for that window. And I noticed I'm ready to tape that window off. I'm going to go get some clear tape. I had some, and I don't know where it went. So I'm going to go take care of that, or we just need to replace the window. Mm-hmm. So that was from the fire, and we just never got fixed.
Starla said she's having a rough time. Struggling. Neither of us can work. We're just waiting surgery. Boil's piling up. So everybody say a prayer for Starla and her hubby.
For sure.
It's by the grace of God, and some struggles are worse than others, right? Yeah. And by comparison, the stuff that we go through isn't
nothing to what they're going through.
Nothing. So say a little prayer for them. You want to tell them about your potato ordeal?
So this is why I've been canning. So we saw Janice. Our neighbors, some members of our community, her Aunt Janice runs harvesters in another town. And so I don't know what in the world has been going on lately, but it especially seems there's a ton of food left over. So she was panicked because she had a bunch of potatoes, and so she was calling Amber, and she goes, does Yoda want potatoes? Does Yoda want potatoes? I really need to do something with these potatoes. So Tuesday, Amber went over and looked to see what she had, if they were any good, if I was going to be able to get them canned. She brings me 195 pounds of potatoes, 3 bushels of corn on the cob. And I was like, and she's like, just tell me when to stop. There's a compost pile at my house. And I'm like, well, anybody that knows me, I'm not going to let that food go to waste. We'll figure it out. I got as many potatoes as I could. I got 135 pounds of potatoes done. By the time I got to the other bunch of it, it was just so dang hot in the kitchen. Everything was just starting to rot. And if I smell one potato odor in there or see one bit of mold in that bag, it does not get canned. And so, because, it'll corrupt, it just takes a little bit of bacteria and it'll hurt you. And then what a waste of your time, too. So, I just don't do it. Corn was great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the corn was really healthy. I only had 2 jars not seal, and I managed to use a whole jar so far.
Tell them the lesson you learned about stacking up crates and stuff.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So, as my potatoes were going, I put them all in crates. So I had 48 jars in each crate, and I just stacked them. What did I have? 4 high?
Yeah, 4 high.
I had 4 high, and I'm doing dishes, and all of a sudden I hear boom, crash, caw, cling, and I lost some jars.
She lost about half a crate.
No.
Of course, you're first.
5. I lost 5.
Not crates. I'm sorry, jars. You lost about half a crate. Yeah, you did.
No, I swear to you, because I saved the lids and rims, unless you were throwing them away.
No, I didn't throw any away.
Yeah, I only lost 5. And 2 are dented. We'll just use those first. Those cannot be long-term storage. So, but nothing was punctured. None of the glass is cracked or anything. So, see if I can get that out. But yeah, so 5.
And
it's still upsetting.
The extra potatoes are out in the gorilla cart right now, and I'm taking 2 bags every morning and dumping them over the fence for the goats. The goats and sheep love them. They love those little tiny roasted potatoes, and they just love them. And then the chickens are out there picking up what the goats and sheep don't eat.
Yep.
Steen said she found 2 jars that had lost their silver inventory.
That smells great.
There's a task that we've been chipping away at for a little while is finding all the food,
cans,
all the rusted cans, all the food. There's still food out there in the outbuilding that's been frozen. And I guarantee you there's broken jars. We're trying to get it all squared away. And this is what happens whenever you
move a homestead.
You move a homestead, especially under the circumstances that we did. But we deal with it. Then doing a little bit of time chipping away. This last week, it rained so much last week at the beginning of this week, or not the beginning of this week, but after we had our live last week. Couldn't get a lot done outside, and I spent the entire weekend trying to get everything cleaned up outside. It started going, and the 0-turn died, and
so we had to go get the Kubota.
Had to go get our Kubota from Hacks and brought it down, and it's a 90, 98, 96.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No,
it's 2003. Anyway, it's old. It's over 20 years old, and it runs like a 20-year-old tractor, but it works. It did a great job. I got to go get some more hydraulic fluid, which is.
Oh, you should have reminded me. I could have picked it up today.
I have money till Friday, but that's god awful expensive. So that's something to stock up on. There's a lesson to be learned there.
Yeah, if you got tractors, motorcycles, bob splitters, there's all kinds of stuff that take hydraulic fluid, and so yeah.
Motor oil, hydraulic fluid, 2-stroke oil, you name it. You should be stocking up a little bit at a time. That's one of the reasons why I built that flammable shed.
So we can store all that.
Store all that stuff in there. But everything's. I still got to mow the backyard. The animals.
My feet and my legs would appreciate that.
The animals. They've been out on the pasture quite a bit this week. Doing really well. Everybody's healthy. We did lose 2 more turkey chicks. We lost one to we don't know.
I think it was a hawk. I saw the dogs going after a hawk, and I saw it. It was a big bird, and I saw it. I saw Dolly running off. So, but I could not tell if it had anything in its claws.
And then we lost another one
To the stupid dog.
Yeah, I think one of the dogs got excited and started playing with it. So they got in trouble. And they've been
GRUMPYACRES, what's up?
They've been under close supervision when they've been outside.
Yep. And it looks like come July 4th, we'll know for sure we are going to be blessed with some hay rings, so we'll be able to get the hogs on.
Eventually. I'm gonna wait till after the heat of the summer dies out. 'Cause I don't mind that.
And I really like to have them on the bamboo.
They'll be on the bamboo. I just don't want to have
Will
to.
they root like that in
Yeah.
the fall and winter?
Yeah,
Okay.
they will.
Okay.
That, and plus whenever you're doing hogs in the wintertime, it helps keep the stink down.
Yeah. Well, not feeding them soy helps keep the
Yeah,
stink down.
that helps too.
So,
So what else we got going on this week?
well, we had a duck hatch today, and then we had, I think that's a guinea. We had a guinea hatch. It looks like a guinea. It's bigger than the quail. So, had that hatch. So we've got some beautiful birthings going on around. Is that considered a birthing?
Yep.
Okay.
Okay,
But that means I got to get that shed up, and that means
get some rest, Starla.
you're going to have to help me because I'm, again, too short.
We'll figure it out.
Okay.
And we did something special last night, didn't we?
Yeah, we had community dinner last night,
Community dinner.
and it looks like,
Life Done Free was there.
yeah, it looks like one of the guys we met 2 years ago. We were
Yeah.
trying 2.5 years
At
ago.
Self-Reliance Festival.
Self-Reliance Festival. He is, him and his family are moving into our community. So we had a good dinner last night and had everybody show up. We took quite a few tables, quite a few seats. So
They had about 20 people there.
not have to be more than that, really.
Well, they
There
reserved
was
it for 25.
6 at ours, 4 at B's, 12 at the other, and then
So 27.
2, 5. So yeah, so almost 30 people.
It was a nice dinner. Getting to see everybody. We don't, whenever the weather turns like it does, like nice like now, we don't get to see everybody as much because everybody's
It was
working.
working.
Everybody's doing their own thing, and we don't get to see everybody, so it was nice.
Tag's getting ready to call it a work day.
Is he? I didn't know
Got to
that.
get the community building finished, and so he's just got to get the materials and stuff together, and then once those materials get together, we'll be working on that. So
Mossy Oak Parrot was there last night. Say a little prayer for Mossy Oak.
yeah,
They are being affected by the rain up in
South Dakota.
South Dakota. They're being affected by that rain. So
Man, it's wiping out bridges, train bridges, the whole 9 yards. So they're going to be up there. They're going to be having shortages, obviously. But, Sioux Falls is a big. Would that be import export?
I have
But
no
like
idea.
distributor, and so it's really going to affect. We're going to see it outside, but we won't see it as fast as they see it, and so it's going to affect a lot. So, but
Hey,
man,
Ghost.
it's bad.
Chris is going to burn the screen for our new T-shirts.
Awesome.
He's doing some prototype T-shirts for us, and hopefully we'll get them and we'll do a video and show you these T-shirts and see what everybody thinks.
Get that commercial done.
Yeah, you need to do your
I
part
gotta
of the
do my
commercial.
part. I
Yeah.
know.
See, Ghost,
It's
it's not me.
always me.
It's her.
It's always
She
me.
still hasn't done a T-shirt inventory.
I got a hat inventory. You want to know why? I lost my second hat, so I had to go pull another hat. So we're down to 2 hats.
Where'd you lose your hat? Did you see? When did you pull it?
I pulled it today.
Your hat was in the bathroom this morning.
No, it was. It's not now.
It was because I moved it off of my sink.
Yeah. Do you know where you moved it to?
Yeah, to your side of your sink.
Oh, it's not there.
I have to tell you, walking in your sleep again.
No, but this happens. They just disappear. And so I don't know. It's the little people.
The little people.
It's the little people.
Do you guys have little people at your house that move things around and make it so you can't find it?
I swear, one day, my kids, my children, one day I'm going to die. My children are going to come in. They're going to start packing things away, and there's going to be a little corner that has every single hat I've ever lost.
Well, I woke up the other morning, could not find my phone. And I was like, well, I'll just get Angela's phone. And I couldn't find her phone. And I stepped out on the porch to let the animals out, and I found her phone on the table outside. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. So I picked her phone up and I called it.
Was yours outside?
No, you had taken my phone and plugged it in on your charger on the counter.
Oh, I grabbed your phone instead of mine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So.
No, it wasn't me. It was the little people.
Lucy says it's raining up in Canada till Sunday night.
Yeah.
100 millimeter. They're supposed to get more rain in South Dakota, Iowa area. And it's supposed to move across the.
I think it's moving now. It was in northwest Kansas or Missouri this morning.
Well, Missouri's going to get hammered tomorrow, and it's going to move east. So you guys east of us are going to get some pretty heavy rain from what they're saying. It's supposed to get rain tomorrow in Kentucky. We need it. It's like the surface of the freaking center. That's one thing. Our pond is still holding water good. I wouldn't mind if it rained like that about once every 2 weeks and just downpour.
I would take every other week, yeah. I would do that.
Just so we could fill everything up. It's probably just a bit of us or a camera.
There's a lot of us having that right now. You just your brain when you're doing this. There's so much going on. You get so lost in your thoughts and what you're doing, and like I swear I will be on one project and doing something, and then I remember, oh, I need to go do this, and this is important. So I lead and I chase that squirrel, and I get that done, and then I'm in the middle of that project, and then there's another project, and it just goes on and on and on, and it eventually gets done. But this is why I'm a night owl, because it all has to get done.
So I was, as always, I'm at my job. I'm loading computers.
I be careful what you wish for, girl, because it's supposed to be bad this hurricane season.
We've got a bunch of computers that need to be reimaged now. But I saw this thing, and they made a comparison to 1986 and 2023 on the same date. And 65% of the land mass in America in 1986 on this certain date, and it was like early June, was above 90 degrees, 65%. And in 2023, maybe 2024, only 17% of the country on that date was above 90 degrees.
It was very interesting.
So climate change is failing us.
It was very interesting to me. I was talking with... say what you will about my comment that I'm going to make. You know what I think and what I believe.
You tell them I'm getting smarter.
Weather manipulation. And so there is a lot of it going out there and a lot of that happening. A lot of this is a result of the crap that they have done to our environment. So I was actually talking to another gentleman in our community who has been farming for, oh my gosh, how long has he been farming? Since he was a boy. And then, how old is he now?
He's older than me.
Late 70s, early 80s. And still operating equipment and doing all of that. And we were talking, and he actually made the comment to me, because I was like, yeah, it's so hot. It's weird, because if you get in the shade and you're not under the sun rays, it's fine. It's nice. And so, but if you get out under the sun, you're literally baking. And I mean, we're recovering from sunburns and constantly go in a store, go in a restaurant, you're freezing to death because, you know, you get the goosebumps and all that. But he actually turned around and looked at me because I said, I was having this conversation with somebody else and et cetera, et cetera. And he said to me, he asked me, he said, do you find that everything is more aggressive this year? And I looked at him and I said, yes, I do. And he looked at me and he said, I agree with you. This is somebody who's been farming for a long time. But what's interesting to me is when they look up the temperatures and all of that, the temperatures aren't any different from 1903. So, like 1903 was the heat record for today's date.
Was it?
Yes. And so, and we were below that heat record. So, it's a cycle. I just think that they've done some things, you know, with seeding clouds and all of that. I think they put chemicals out there that shouldn't be there, and that is what's making it.
Of course, it could also be just as much for getting older. All I know is between about
no, because
noon.
Amber's a lot younger than us, and she's seeing it too.
All I know is that between noon and about 4 o'clock around here, the UV rays the past 2 weeks have been brutal, just completely brutal. So, we were talking. I would not mind having a Mexican work schedule where I'd start working at 6, quit at 11,
6 a.m., quit at 11:30, have a siesta,
sleep until about 4:30, eat a light dinner, and then go to work and work into the nighttime. Yeah. Pax was telling us that they used to have a pole with floodlights on it that they roll out in the garden.
Oh, I've seen that.
Oh, they still have it?
Yeah, they still have it.
Well, but they roll it out there and they wait till the sun goes down. They plug this thing in, and it's up high enough that the bugs.
In fact, you know what light it
are
uses?
out there. What light?
The lights that one company sent us.
Oh, really?
Yep, the lights came from O'Reilly's, and it's just on a cart, and he pulls it forward. That's how he was able to fix my thermometer that broke. And then when we went up to Nebraska, and then all of a sudden, Patty and I were losing power and trying to figure alternator. And so he had to fix that so I could get home.
Well, Tambra agrees with you about the manipulation of weather, and you guys agree with Billy. You know, the next thing you know...
I actually know somebody whose cousin works on a ship out in south of Texas, and that's his job. That's what he does. They manipulate the weather.
Well, all I know is if you start laying out in the grass naked like Billy and Michelle, we're going to probably have problems.
Get out of here. They don't do that.
Oh, you didn't watch that? Okay, you guys got to go. You guys got to go over when we're done with our live. Go over to Permapasture Farm. In the last video that both Billy and Michelle are on, they're talking. It's not permaculture stuff. It's about being under attack, and they're going out and getting in contact with the grass and laying naked in the grass. At least that's what they said. But
are you sure he wasn't? Okay, so I know Billy. They're walking barefoot is what they're doing. So
Billy said Michelle was laying naked in the grass.
I think he was teasing her. So maybe she was in her bathing suit or something. I'm not sure. But yeah. So yeah, no, you don't have to strip naked and lay in the grass. You just walk it, and if you walk
not that there's anything bad about it.
If you walk your soil, it will, and it will also start to grow for you. So yeah, it's kind of funny.
See, look, I got backup. Thank you.
Lay naked, okay.
We got too many chiggers around here.
I couldn't. I would be so, I'd look like a crack whore by the time I was done. There's no way.
I could build you a platform. Go up.
It's not the same. Not the same.
Again, there's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
Of course, I would go out and lay naked, and then UPS would come in.
Or Chris.
Right.
Or just some random neighbor who wants to come by and say hi.
Introduce himself. So yeah, we have that all the time. So yeah, no way.
You're getting ticks in places I don't want them. Absolutely.
Yeah, right. Yep. You want to talk about a tick check?
I'd lay naked in the grass. I'd be covered in chicks and tigger right now.
Yep.
Oh my goodness. I'm not adverse to walking around barefoot though.
Yeah, you walk around barefoot. It's good. It's really good for you, and it's good. It is good grounding.
You know, I did that short last week. I did the short last week, and I talked about the land coming back to life here. We got a really good indication of that.
Oh yeah.
So I was out mowing, and I'm out by this tree. Whenever we moved in here, this tree was completely surrounded by bamboo. We did not even know that tree was there until I mowed the bamboo back so we could get back to where I've got all the junk now. And Charlie came over and brush hogged all the bamboo down. So now this tree's out in the open, and we could never figure out what kind of tree it
I
was.
always thought it was a plum tree.
But we couldn't that like
There was never any fruit on it.
Yeah, there's never any fruit, and the little app you had could never figure out what it was.
They would tell me it was a plum tree.
So
An
anyway,
American plum.
I'm mowing on Friday, and I see these little orange things laying down on the ground underneath this tree, and I'm like, what the heck are those? And so I get down, and they were about that big around, and they looked like little peaches.
Mm-hmm.
You know, same texture and everything. And I was like, what the heck? And I was like, these aren't persimmons because they didn't have the right skin. So I, like any Midwestern boy would do, cracked it open and tasted it. Apricots. That we have an apricot tree that has never fruited since we've been here, and there's only like 5 or 6 fruit on it that I could see.
But at least there's 5 or 6 fruit on it.
It's coming back to life.
It looks really extremely healthy.
Well, and like all the trees when we moved in, the guy had taken 4-inch styrofoam and laid it around the bottom of the trees as
Styrofoam or plastic?
Styrofoam blocks.
It's under the ground?
No, on top. Well, they were under the ground because the dirt and everything was on top of it.
Oh, I see the plastic like up in here, the plastic barrels.
No, this was styrofoam blocks.
Huh.
But I got all that stuff out, and it's finally starting to come back to life. And the field out there, I'm letting half of it.
Rabbit is hitting on Skanes. Come on up here, I'll chip you, girl. Skanes needs a tick checker. Shelly started it.
I know they're bad influences.
For Randy, I know it could be both of them. But yeah.
Tick checker should be on your requirements list. Oh, the things people will do for love. Yeah. I know I've done some things for her.
Yeah, babe. I've done these for you too, so.
Not like I did for you.
Well, you benefit from it, so.
I haven't been laid up in a hospital. Laid up with recover like you were, though.
What are you talking about, Mr. 2 heart attacks and
yeah,
freaking blood clot?
You didn't have to do things that. Yeah, I did some things. Trust me. Let's see here. Nearly all peaches just either disappeared or shriveled up. I picked a few pears that bloom out.
You're picking pears already? We don't get pears until fall.
So, well, and we're not going to get very many pears this year because the trees were blooming, and the very first big storm we had that rolled through this spring blew all the blossoms off.
Well, I think that's just going to make them bigger, so because they're not going to have to compete.
Well, there's none on the peach tree.
Right, no peaches. So and those blossoms, I cried when those left.
We lost a branch off the peach tree, so we got to get next fall. We need to get with foodforestnursery.com, who happens to be we're affiliate of them, and if you go down in the description below, you can go and get a discount on rootstock, really good quality.
He gives you a good deal. He gives us a good deal.
So we're gonna get some peach trees next spring.
And man, the rootstock. You guys can go back. We had a video on it. But for a bare root system, this is like a root system. In fact, and as a matter of fact, so Mossy Oak ordered some bare root apple trees from another company. Mm-hmm. And I'm telling you, the trees we got from foodforest.com were way better. And she got hers. I think it was like up to 75% off or something. A sale that they're having this month, not for the one company, but and she told me the price of what she paid for them, and I'm like, well, it would have been cheaper if you
Well,
just
and
went
the
over to
bushes-
freeforestnursery.com.
The bushes you bought from Lowe's, she got a bunch of grapes and blueberry bushes and everything. And we planted. They did not do very well propagating, and only about a third of what we planted has survived.
Yeah.
The only things that haven't survived from Free Forest Nursery
What the goats got to.
is what the goats got to, and that was one fig tree.
Yep.
One fig tree, but everything else that we got, even though it looked dead, it came back.
Yep.
The goats ate both the fig trees down to the ground, and one of them came back. I got it caged, so it's coming back. The pear trees and the peach tree that you got.
Yeah.
Were they peach trees? No. Party
I
fig.
can't remember. Well, I can't remember. I think we did get a peach tree though. So and gooseberry and that kind of thing. But so yeah. So because of the fig, that it wasn't fig, kiwi.
Kiwis.
And so those you have to have a male and a female. So next year I will, and I may do it this year, do it in the fall. I'll need to order 2 more females and 1 male just in case.
Okay. So Tag made a comment. Tag made a comment, and I wasn't ignoring him. We just got stuck on a conversation.
Mhm.
What did he say? Okay, he said, you guys did a great job. Thank you very much. You should do before and afters. I've been thinking about that, but the problem to really truly show the befores and afters, I don't have a lot of good footage of it. I was going back through our old videos, and
Oh, that's because that's when we were upgrading equipment and all that stuff, right?
well, yeah, and we were just doing so much, and like I don't have a lot of the before photos so you can see what it looks like.
Mm.
You know, and it really, we're to the point now to where we've still got some cleanup to do, but we're finally moving forward on doing homestead stuff.
Yeah.
In fact, this weekend, if I had a well that was already dug that needed to be blown out, I would blow that well out this weekend. So by next week, next time we have a live, if I had that well, that I would be able to tell you that, well, we've got a clean well and I can finally put the pump and stuff in.
That would be fantastic.
Uh,
That is exciting because then we can we get the ditcher, and can we run a line from the well to the greenhouse?
No, I'm gonna put it right out here I'm gonna dig it by hand. I'm gonna put it right by the. Assuming we were able to do this because we had a well, okay.
Right.
As far as the county knows, we don't have a well. I'm gonna put it right there next to where the watering trough is,
Okay.
so I can get a dual spigot,
Uh-huh.
and I'm gonna run one of those automatic filter things off of it because the pump has a pressure switch, so whenever the water goes like a
It'll
backup flow,
stop.
yeah, and then it
Oh,
raises
so
up.
we couldn't put another line in
You can.
at the well and then run it to the greenhouse?
No, you'll be able to run a hose from the spigot over there.
Yeah, that's what I get tired. Well, I guess that's the short distance. Running it all the way from the
You
front
don't
of the
have
house
to. You
and
don't have to
around.
walk around the house. and
That's
stuff.
the pain in the butt. And then trying to get it to stretch and try to figure out how you're going to reach stuff. So,
Rented a mini X. Those are so cool. I might come over and
play.
play. Well, I'm supposed to go. We've still got a pile of gravel.
They delivered it too?
250 plus delivery.
No.
You don't have $250.
Well, no, but you need to keep that in mind if you want to do what you were thinking about doing.
I'm off to bed. Got a new livestock guardian dog puppy, and he kept me up last night.
Aw,
We're glad you showed up too. We miss you guys.
yeah.
I miss you guys.
We'll get to see him here in a few months.
Yeah. Hey, Susie's in the house. Grady's out is hanging, and I'm making bread, and taking care of the bottle baby calves.
Yeah.
It's that time of year, isn't it?
Yeah. We have so many friends that have cows in bathtubs right now, it's not even funny. And so, it's just one of those things with the heat and then weird things happening and that kind of thing. So, they've had, milk ladies had some losses and that kind of thing, and that's just sad. really sad. Like Mama won't come out. Mama won't go in the milking barn, and they had to coax her into the nursing pen, and then now she won't come out of the nursing pen. So they're having to milk her in the nursing pen. It's just a hot mess. So, but anyway.
Well, you know what? That's part of the price you pay whenever you decide to live this lifestyle.
I mean, it is.
We all go through it.
We've had lambs, goats. We've
been
had
extremely
hogs.
blessed.
We've had chickens. We've had turkeys. We've had all kinds of stuff in our house. So, you know, it just is what it is. It's the lifestyle. That's why you just got to make sure, and especially with tiny living, you just have to make sure that you have at least one room that you can imagine having brooders and crates and all of that and still be able to move and function. And so luckily this house had that. Now, you all know, if you've watched our videos long enough, we have had animals in the kitchen, in the dining room, and in the living room, and sometimes the bedroom. And so, you know, I mean, it just is what it is, but you just spread everybody out like you need to. So, but yeah, the duck today, that was super sad. I didn't know that those ducks, those particular eggs, were ready to hatch yet. And so I still had the turner on. And this has been happening. So I'm almost wondering if there's something with that particular incubator. Everybody likes them. It's the Little Giant. And they're made in the U.S. And they had rave reviews. But it seems like, I don't know, my day counts are off. And I'm keeping everything calculated and all that. But it hatched, and its little foot got stuck in between the turner, and so I'm having to watch it. But it's looking okay. So I think it's going to be fine. I was just worried because I wasn't sure. It wasn't quite dry, but you could tell it had been sitting there for a little bit because it was already starting to get fluffy. So worried about that. But I did get it in the brooder, and it's doing okay.
Susie, what kind of bread you making? This one made enchiladas today, and I had it for dinner. She did. Tell them your magic ingredient, because they were really good. They were.
I just did something different. I was like, I've got stuff that I need to use up and that kind of thing, and so I added cream soup in the recipe, and but I also make what he's liking. I make my own enchilada sauce. I don't buy enchilada sauce. I make my own. So my enchilada sauce, it just makes all the difference with a lot. In fact, he wants me to make a whole bunch and can it. Because he puts and now I feel like that Frank's commercial. He puts that shit on everything. So, but, yeah, no, it's good.
Oh, so what else? Do we have anything else going on around here? Oh, tires. The tire saga. So I told you guys about having to buy new tires for the Impala because the Jeep's down. So I've got one tire that I cannot get. I've got two bolts that I can't, or lugs I can't get off the bolts. So I'm having to figure out what to do about that. So I took the other three tires off, went down and got new tires, bring them home, and I put them on, and one of them is kind of flat. And so I'm like, oh, they just didn't pump it up all the way. So I pumped it up, and by the next morning, this brand new tire is flat again, and I haven't had a chance to get it off and get it back down there to have them fix it.
Right.
But
the car hasn't even left the driveway, and so it's like this should not be happening.
yeah.
But if he can get that tire fixed, then we can actually drive the Impala to the store, and the store could pull it off because they have the right equipment to get it off. So that was the plan before it went flat. Which I probably need to put that title away before I lose it, because God only knows when I'm going to get that done. So.
Do I need to pop that safe open?
What?
That safe that we lost the key to?
I would love for you to do that.
Okay, I will take care of it.
I think there's paperwork there somewhere.
Oh, and they're getting so expensive. That's the thing that gets me is the tires that just 2-3 years ago I was paying $89 to $100 for, and they lasted. They lasted for 3 or 4 years, which living on the gravel roads, even in Missouri, we still lived on a gravel road, and I did a ton of highway driving just to get to work. But
Lynn says we have a rusty Ram.
Well,
he's asking if we have a rusty Ram.
I don't know. I don't know.
And I would think it was Big O that we took them to. So, because we quit using the other tire guy because I had 2 brand new tires go pop, like literally even the sidewall and brand new, and there was no warranty and no guarantee on them, and I just $400 for a tire every time, every other month is for the same tire. So I'm just done with him. So I took them down to Big O. They warranty their tires, and so we just need to get it down there. But I can't imagine Big O would have done that because don't they also sell rims? Like they would have said, "This is rusty. We recommend."
They normally take care of it. But it happens. I'm not complaining about it.
Part of the problem is a lot of inventory is still from COVID, and so now we're starting to run through that. So we're getting back to all those old problems again. Nothing is the quality. We've got a door handle, brand new storm door, and the door handle keeps falling off.
And I'm gonna I gotta get the drill out and make the sink for the set screw on it. I've got to make it deeper because it's just not holding on. It never really has.
No.
It gets worse in the summertime.
No, I think it's bad all the time, but it's just me. So.
Oh, Rosie's taking canning classes for beginners on Saturday with Don Gorman.
Woo!
It's all downhill now.
All downhill.
It's all uphill.
It's all uphill, girl. I used to weight 195 pounds of potatoes and 3 bushels of corn. So yeah, it's all uphill.
Have you talked more about giving the class
in Kentucky? So Kentucky Sustainable Living, and we think we've got it. Did Shelly leave?
She went to bed.
Oh, gosh.
She went to bed because her puppy kept her up last night.
I'm sure she's going to talk about it. I am going to do a canning class. Mine
tentative. It's still tentative.
We talked about it a little bit. I'm sure as soon as they get everything done, I'll get confirmation on it. It will be on Friday. And so we're going to be canning. I have a lot of people that want to learn. They want to start getting into meat, and they want to start canning soups and that kind of thing. So we're going to do that, and tentatively. And then I think if I remember correctly, the class will be about $85 or so. And
it's
then
an all-day class.
All-day class. It has to be all day because we're canning some serious stuff. And so everybody's going to be able to leave with something. And then for those that buy into the class, I think we're looking at something for a raffle special to that in canning. In fact, I probably need to get on that.
So Lucy doesn't buy tires. Her son goes to the scrap yard and gets them for her truck.
That won't work here.
Back when I was younger, we got a company in this area called NTB, National Tire Outfitter or something like that. I used to go down there, and I would go late in the day with a case of beer, and I'd tell the guys, "Hey, let me crawl through your stack of tires," because they had this area where they just piled all the old tires while they were waiting for somebody to come pick them up. And I would give them a case of beer, and I would crawl through the stack, and I would find the tires that I need, and they'd mount them on my car for me, and it cost me a case of beer. Can't do that anymore. People just will not do that anymore.
Now they charge you to get rid of tires, so. But yeah, no, so you guys put Kentucky Sustainable Living on your schedule. It's going to be a good one. So
yep.
Yeah, we'll do that. And the classes are nice because not everybody can come in on Friday, and so when you come in on Friday and take those classes, it's a little more intimate. And so you can really talk and walk through things and see what you're uncomfortable with and see how to fix things and that kind of stuff. So it works out really well. You get a lot of one-on-one.
You can do water bath and pressure?
Yeah. We're going to do that.
Are you going to do heritage canning? You can do ball jar book.
We're going to do both. And I'm going to explain in the class why, and then what exactly we're doing and what the differences are. So, because that was one thing that they wanted to make sure, because everybody knows how I feel about USDA guidelines, but there are some USDA guidelines that are not bad, and they've been incorporated from heritage canning. It's just making sure that there's right temperatures and that kind of thing. So We'll go over all that. That's for class time.
So when I was a teenager, so HG says back in the day on the farm, old tires were least useful for setting on fire, dragging behind a four-wheeler or a truck to burn off the wheat fields. So when I was in high school, my dad and I ran a firewood service. And so we would go and we'd start clearing these trees out, and we get these huge, monstrous brush piles. And we'd just take a couple of tires and pour some gasoline inside them, and then chuck them up onto the top of these big brush piles, and then throw a burning rag in there, and whoosh, it goes up.
He has me go get tires and pick them up so that he can plant things outside.
Hey, the zucchini. You guys saw the short zucchini. There's still more zucchini out there.
Yeah, somebody had said that this particular zucchini, you probably should have asked first, but they were like, no, you want that smaller. And so I actually, like, these are huge. I ended up picking them too early. And so these are giant zucchini. And so they're supposed to be that way. In fact, I cut one open. It was terrible trying to get it cut open because it's not ripe. And there are no seeds in it. So these are underdeveloped.
What about the big green one?
Underdeveloped. They're supposed to be, and I forgot about this. I saw the picture on them. So see the stripes, the yellow stripes that are on there? So these are a variety of giant. And so there should be one, I'm hoping it's not the plant that died, and that one is actually green and white. Okay. And so, but they're giant, they're big. These are meant to fill your pantry so that you have filler and all that. Because I was excited. I went and got my pineapple juice. I was going to can my zucchini, so that I had pineapple chunks. I'll tell you guys about that later. And then, so I was going to put everything in there, and they're not ripe. So, but now I think I can put them, you're supposed to do, now we're at the right temperature in the kitchen. 2 weeks like this, and then I need to get them in a cooler spot for 2 weeks, and then it's supposed to ripen them faster. So we'll see what happens.
So everybody's talking about setting bonfires, burning off wheat, tire swings. So yeah. I turned all the tires on this place into the berm for the shooting range. Right. And then I turned around and asked her to go get me 12 tires, and she about had a conniption for this.
We just got rid of 200.
Well, Tiger, you and Rabbit are supposed to be getting it either tonight or tomorrow. They're talking about every place from central Missouri north all the way to the Illinois border getting hit pretty hard.
Yeah. Didn't Kansas City got rain today, I thought?
Yeah, they got some rain today.
So, yeah.
It went just right north of us.
So, yeah. So, anyway. But, yeah, I've got... Oh, I need to figure out... Did you get my olive trees out of the greenhouse?
No.
Okay, then we need to get the shade cloth on. One of the two.
So, we need to do both.
Okay. So, we need to get that done. I've got my olive trees. We solved his problem with the ice and bananas, and so now we need to solve my problem with olive oil and olives. That's like my thing.
HG says, if you had time, you could get old tires of the same size, tie them together, and fill them with gravel as part of the road base for stabilization. That's a good idea.
Yeah. Except you guys are missing the point. I already have over 200 tires on my property.
Yeah, but you wouldn't see these because they'd be buried.
I can't see a lot of them that I have now, and it still bothers me.
You never go out to the range anyway.
I know they're there. HG?
Listen, tire swings are the best, especially from a high branch. I spent a really happy hour right out in the backyard on a tire swing.
Yeah, we ought to put a tire swing up for the grandbabies.
No.
Why?
Because there in the outbuilding there is an old metal tabletop, lattice work metal tabletop that's about that big around. And I'm gonna take and tie the stuff to a ring and then hang it, so you got a great big flat ring.
Oh, I'll make a cushion for it.
And we'll make a cushion.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
You gotta put that under the cotton tree.
Yeah.
Cotton tree.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna go. Let's see. It's in Delta this weekend, rain Friday and humid Saturday for rain.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's humid.
You know what? I'd rather it be a little humid than super dry this time of year. Seriously.
My skin feels good, but I'm tired of being hot and wet.
Yeah, but we're gonna reach the end of July and everything's gonna be brown and dusty.
Right. True.
No matter what happens, it's gonna.
I was telling Milk Lady today because she was asking me how I was doing. I'm like, my hair is so thick, I'm ready to shave it off, and like I'm just like buzz cut it, like done. And she's like, "What? Don't you guys have AC?" And so I was telling her what was going on, and my hair is just so thick. I have like, I don't know how to explain it, horse hair. It's thick, and so it's heavy, and so even when I wash it, it's a day's 24-hour process in order to get it dry. And then, but with the heat and the humidity, it's just like the outside is dry, which is not a problem, but it's everything towards the scalp where I'm sweating is a problem.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I woke up at 3:30 this morning because it was so hot.
Yeah.
And I couldn't go back to sleep. I'm dead tired right now.
Are you?
That's why we got it. Whenever we're done here, I'm gonna go let the animals out on the pasture for about an hour, and then I'm gonna just come in and go to bed.
It's supposed to be 70 degrees overnight tonight, so tonight would probably be a perfect time to do that, because that's what I was going to go ahead and make Indiana my cinnamon rolls tonight while it's in the 70s and do all of that, and because that will help. That if it gets too hot with this contraption going on, I can open up windows and do that. Of course, I'm going to have to get on a chair, so you're going to have to listen to me and make sure if I scream for you, you know I'm hurt and you need to help me.
I'm gonna sleep.
You're going to have to wake up, because I'll be like the old person on the floor. Help me, I can't get up. So are you telling me to keep my cell phone in my back pocket?
Send Lassie and
Oh,
Toto
to wake you up? Yeah, because Manny's not going to do it. And he'd be like, he'd just come over and lay with me. I'll take care of you, Mama.
So what else going on in your guys' world? Anything special you guys want to talk about tonight? We kind of run through. It's been kind of a busy week, but it's not a lot to talk. I mean, not really. I mean,
I don't know about you, but I mean, I've been busy.
I've been busy too. We had an incident at work that's going to take us about 6 months to clean up. We're just now starting to get into the cleanup part of it.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Yeah. No, it was pretty bad, and it was not a department that should have happened.
Let's see. Let's start. I thought you went to bed, Starla.
She does that. She hangs on and then just listens, and then can't sleep, and then music on.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, Starla,
What happened?
Biden, they're getting closer to sending troops, starting World War III.
You got a little bit.
Okay, here's the deal with that, Starla, and everybody else. Here's the deal. They are bound and determined to make it happen. And what we need to do is we need to prepare for the inevitable. We need to get our heads wrapped around it. We need to get our preparedness plans finalized as much as possible. We need to start building community faster and quicker. Just get ready for it, because it's going to happen. And when it happens, the dynamics are going to be completely different than anything the American people have seen since the Civil War. It's going to be completely different. And so we still need to do that. Oh. Still got accepted to school, going to the post office to mail my check for my classes. Yay. Yay, congratulations. Milkmaid graduated from Fire Academy this week.
Did she?
Yes.
Oh, congratulations,
she's an
Milkmaid.
EMT/firefighter.
Good.
Listen, you two are motivating. My last month was a bit rough. Hearing how much you guys do, I'm starting to get over my case of the flu. It's getting stuff going again.
Yeah. Somebody else, another person in our community was sick for 2 weeks. I need to go take care of my phone. I apologize, guys. So another person in our community was sick for 2 weeks, didn't say anything to me. And I have my flu buster soup and my iron soup that like cures a cold like that and the flu. And poor girl, she was suffering for 2 weeks, and I could have had her better in 2 days.
Yeah, the Dems aren't the only ones that are crazy though, Starla. I think the insanity goes top to bottom, left to right. Seriously.
Yeah, nothing sacred anymore.
Seriously. So, Skanes, when do you start classes?
Probably in the fall. That's when Ian starts his. So,
Oh, not sick family issues.
no.
Alcohol helps take care of that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
And therapy. You'll need both.
You can self-medicate those problems right away. Yeah, so, and that's, it's when I do my morning walks.
Oh, they're online, so she can start as soon as they email her the key.
Oh, awesome.
Good.
Awesome.
Well, that means you're just going to blow through those.
Yeah. That's one of the things on the morning walk is I talk about stuff and I lay out a bunch of black pills, but I always try to end it on something positive. And I was thinking about, I filmed something this morning that I'm not going to post. And it's not because the message was bad. It's because I wasn't satisfied with what I said. So
you're going to do it again.
I want to, well.
You don't delete it because you may go do it again and not like that one and go the first one's better.
Well, it's dealing with something we talked about last week. And so I want to go back and rethink about it and clarify stuff a little bit more before I post it. So I got some more thinking to do. Let's see. So they're online. Going to bust booty. That's Louisiana for kick ass. I think I need to be nude before
bunch
November.
Of Cajuns down there. Booty pirates, right? So.
I don't think Skanes, do you live in Cajun country or you live in Kunas country? She's a little bit further north. Well, no, they actually live in different parts. Tamara wants to know if you can you do clinicals before or while you're taking class to recertify? That's a good question. Yeah, how do they do that?
Probably
if you're doing it online.
I would imagine during. I don't know. She has to have so many hours on the floor, so I'm not sure. We do hearing anyway. Well, in Missouri. So.
She lives in the redneck though, so she's even further away than the rest of them.
Oh yeah, because she's 4 hours.
She's like in southern Arkansas.
Yeah.
So she has to complete the classes and then take the clinicals. Zach says, actually, I used to drink to get rid of my issues, and I haven't had a drink in 2 years. Well, congratulations. 2 years, 7 months. I picked up your slack, man. I picked up your slack.
I couldn't imagine Zach drinking. So good. That's not healthy. Glad he doesn't do that anymore.
Well, don't look at me. Look at him.
Like you don't do that anymore.
Chastise him, not me.
I don't get to chastise him. I'm just like, oh man.
You know what? Quitting anything is the easiest part. Alcohol, drugs, smoking. Quitting is the easiest part. It's the stay and quit part that's hard. And take that.
Drugs, I don't know.
No, you can quit taking drugs anytime you want. Now,
I don't think most people can.
Stay and quit. Once you quit that first time.
Isn't there like major withdrawals and like weird shit like they get sick?
Yeah, you go through detox. You do the same thing with alcohol if you drink enough.
I don't know. I did have a nurse tell me one time they had a guy. It was when you were having. Was it your first heart attack? I think it was your first one. And so, but I had a nurse tell me one time they had a guy. He drank so much that in order to prevent him from having a heart attack, that they had to put beer. It was beer, wasn't it? They had to put like beer in his IV to make sure that he didn't have a heart attack. And so I'm not
He
sure.
wouldn't do that.
No, I'm
They
positive
would
that's
not
what
put-
she said.
They
I'm
would not put beer in
positive.
his IV.
I'm
telling
or
you.
whatever. However, they gave it to him, but I'm telling you, that's what she said.
Yeah, HG's right. It's 1 day at a time, 1 hour at a time. I've gone a year without touching any alcohol, so it can be done. I just decided I didn't want to do that anymore.
The move has been rough.
Where?
No, I said the move has
Oh.
been rough. Decisions and things like
Well,
that.
and it's okay. So I made the conscious decision that
you started brewing too.
I know how I'm gonna die. I get a 99% chance I'm gonna die from my heart quitting on me. It's just a given, just because of the way things are.
Jeez.
Which is so the big question is when. When is it gonna happen? So I want to do what I can to move that date as far out as possible. But I want to enjoy some of the things that I enjoy. In fact, we were just having a conversation yesterday. I'm really jonesing for a cigar right now. I want a cigar so bad, but I can't have one because I can only have 1 or 2 a year because they really do.
He likes to save them for a special occasion.
With my medicine and with the capacity of my heart, cigars really screw me up when it's hard on my body. So I can't have. I used to have a cigar almost every night.
Did you?
Yeah, when we lived in Pleasant Hill during the summertime, at least 3 or 4 times a week.
Oh, because you were going over to Craig's.
We're going over to Craig's. We're sitting out on the front porch.
Everybody had cigars laying around.
Yeah.
So, because everybody had money, so we were all doing that.
So I miss having my cigars. I miss having a bourbon. It's one of the reasons why I don't open the bourbon bottles that we have, is because I know if I open them, they're not going to be around very long.
They won't last.
So,
in fact, I was going to make some pies, and I have the vodka open, and it's gone now, isn't it? Because they're still in there. Okay, good, because I need to get those pies now.
So why are you putting vodka in the pie?
I do not put vodka in the pie.
She type put a one in the chat if you just heard her say that she was making pies with vodka in it.
No, that's not what I said. I needed the vodka for the pies. And so what you do is if you brush, like a lot of people will do egg wash and that kind of thing, but your pie crust will burn, and you have to worry about putting foil in and doing all this other garbage and that kind of thing. I'm usually making pies so many at a time, back to back, and getting all of that done. I just don't mess with it. So I take the vodka and you just pour a little bit in a little dish, and then take your pastry brush and you want to brush the vodka on the crust. It will keep your pie, I swear to you, it will keep your pie from burning.
Look, Tag heard it. Tag heard it. That's all we need to know.
It will keep your pie from burning.
So when I come in and she's baking pies, it's a little bit for the pie and a little bit for me.
We had company, and I had the vodka up there because I was getting ready. No, I think I was making pies that day, and then some company came over. He walked in the door, and they were sitting here. Nobody said anything about the vodka because everybody knew what I was doing. He walks in from work, and he was like, "Are you getting sauced already?" And I'm like, "Don't give people that impression. No, I'm just brushing the vodka on the pie." Believe me, people, you don't want to see this person on whiskey, vodka, anything. You do not want to see that. It's ugly.
Okay, this actually ties into the alcohol thing and the brewing and making wine. Mulberry trees in this area this year are growing phenomenally.
Prolific. We need to go check the one back in the woods.
Yeah, I'm not even sure. Do we have mulberry trees here? I don't remember seeing them. See, Skane's will be
Lynn had to get into it. Lynn's like, it's a flight to the
baker. Absolutely. No, but the mulberry trees are just going gangbuster. And I told Hacks, I said, you get me a 5-gallon bucket of mulberries and we will make mulberry wine. And what I do is I make a 5-gallon batch of mulberry wine, and half of it is a dry mulberry wine, and then I take the other half and I
Back.
back sweeten it. I back sweeten it with sugar, and we turn it into unicorn farms.
Yeah, we talked to them about that tech, so we're hoping we get some of those mulberries. So we'll see what happens.
Oh, and we've got a supply for gooseberries now, so we can. We're gonna need to transplant gooseberries.
Yeah, I told her when she's ready to split them, I'll take plenty. So he's a gooseberry nut.
Every time she goes to Jamesport, she has to go to the Jamesport's a Mennonite town.
No, it's not. It's Amish.
They're Amish up in northern Missouri, and they got a bakery there that makes almost gooseberry pies that are almost as good as my mom's was.
Yeah, birds will do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do that.
Oh, when I worked in downtown Kansas City, and there was a mulberry when I was working in Westport. There was a mulberry tree right down the street, and
the windshield with the entire car would be
well, not ours, but people would park underneath it, and in the course of the day, they would crap all over the car. Let's see, I planted.
Hey, I was going to ask you, where did you plant the echinacea? Tiffany asked me if it was flowering yet, but
No, it's not.
I did not know where you.
They're out there by the big pile of dirt.
Okay, so it's not flowering. I'll let her know. Okay.
They're healthy.
Okay. I think that's why she was asking me.
That wasn't echinacea.
Yes. In the plant.
With the bottom cut out?
No. Those are her elderberry trees. During the seed and plant trade at Midwest, we were all given echinacea plants.
Is that the one that the dog knocked off and killed?
No.
I don't know. I planted so many things. I don't remember where I planted.
I'll have to go.
Look. Homesteading 101. Homesteading 101. You plant stuff wherever.
Go to your food forest.
You plant multiples of stuff wherever.
Yep.
And you let it go for a couple of years, and whatever's growing is growing.
And you go, oh, I forgot that was there.
You want to see the best example of that? Again, go over to Perm Pasture Farm. Whenever they went down for William's wedding to their property in Texas, had not been touched in 2 years, and they went and did a walkthrough on it. And there was stuff that they planted 2-4 years ago that was still growing down there in the Texas heat. So, and that's what we're shooting for.
Yeah. The almond trees are doing amazing. I thought they all died. They ended up coming back, and they look great. And so I'm excited about that.
Well, I got them caged off this year.
Yeah.
So everything. I've been much more aggressive on caging trees off, because the goats, they will, if you get goats and you haven't had goats before, if they get out, they will go directly to the one thing that you were trying to grow, and they will eat it. Or run their horns on it.
How can I kill myself today? I was thinking of how can I kill myself today. One of our dogs, it's going to be one of the border collies, has taken up eating some plant that is upsetting their stomach so entirely bad that it is causing blood. And so, like, when they do the number 2, and so
Could have been eating rabbits.
there's leaves and branches in it, and then like,
Stupid animals.
well, yeah, but we need to figure out which one it is, and we need to curb that. I have a feeling I know who it is.
Yeah, William's a good kid. William's
I
definitely
like
a good
William.
kid.
Oh man, our baby, she's so sweet. So cute. She is.
Well, let's see here. Okay, guess who Skanes is describing here? The instigator or the pickinator? Who would that be in chat?
That would be Skanes.
No, Skanes said that.
Oh, HG and tag. Yeah, that's an over.
Let's see here. Goats. Randy Pitts, how you doing, man? Great. Goats are a pain. I like to use them to clear stuff out and then send them back to the cell barn.
Yeah, I think we're gonna start serving ours up. We got people asking for goat now, so goat meat. So
Yeah, on the reservation, surprisingly.
if he will get the smokers, if you get the smokers going, get Smokezilla operating
No, that's works just as good.
for those size goats.
Yes, those size goats. You just quarter them out.
We'll see then that's, you should be able to just take the whole thing and roast it.
Well, for the smaller goats, yeah. You're not going to get
The
any.
pygmies I could get on there.
There's no. You're not going to have any males as big as knucklehead anymore.
Oh, you don't think so?
No, baby's gone. Baby's gone, and so's Blackie. So that bloodline is slow. We had Nigerians, and the bloodline for the Nigerians is slowly getting mixed with the pygmies and the kinder.
That's right.
So
So
that
now what the Nubians and pygmies make a kinder.
Okay, so we are getting smaller bodied goats now.
They're just stockier, but they do have, they eat less and they've got more. They're supposed to have more meat, so more than a boar. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, this is the first successful year I've had with them, so it's going to take another year before I even know.
Let's see. HG says, I get the strong feeling Tag has instigated a thing or two in his time. But there just may not be any living witnesses.
He's a perfect angel, I promise you.
The instigator is HG and the pickinator is Tag.
Yep. So I don't know, but yeah. So we've got some things. We need to figure out the generator. You gotta go get gravel so we can fix this hole out here, and then
Finally.
get gravel so that we can get the concrete pad for the generator.
And that's one of my projects.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
This weekend is to get the.
Because once we have that pad, did you finally figure that out?
Yeah, shut that door.
Yeah. So once we get that in, we can get that generator in, and then we're not going to be.
I'm going to build the frame for that and the film frame for a flagpole. So I want to get our flagpole up. So you guys, speaking of flags and flagpoles, you guys need to go over on Hex for the Homesteaders YouTube channel, and you need to tell him that you heard that he's doing a video about the different American flags and what flying, the way they're flown, what it signifies. Because he when he was laid up with his eyeball, he was doing a lot of research on that, and he was talking about making a video. He's been so busy that he hasn't had time to make it. So you guys need to go over on his channel and start riding his butt. Get on the community page or comment on his videos going, hey, where's our flag video? So go over there and just harass him.
Poor guy.
Tell him Tag sent you.
B was very thankful that I refused to let you throw those egg crates away.
I've got hundreds of.
Then they need to go over to me.
Oh yeah, I will bring stuff in.
I mean, don't get rid of all of ours because we need.
No,
them.
I got a bag at work that somebody.
Yeah, B needs them because nobody's returning them. Apparently, I'm the only one that returns crates. So it's yeah. I just forgot when I did them. I mean, I had 2 batches. I think the first batch I freeze-dried 14 dozen was this last time. And I just went ahead and gave her all those eggs because I got plenty in inventory. And then the time before that, I think it was 16 dozen.
Keep them.
Where are you going?
The dogs need some water.
Well, we're at an hour and 13 minutes, so.
And we need to.
Yeah, I got some cooking to do. I think it's a little bit cooler outside, so we're going to be able to get some work done. What's the matter?
So the two young goats, the black and white ones, are outside the fence.
The babies?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so in that gate, so there's a gate that he has back there that he just made out of cow panel. And so the babies have figured out that they're small enough, they can just gently push on it a little bit and just get that open just a bit, and then they can crawl underneath there and go in. But if I let the girls out, they'll go back and then they know how they got sometimes they know how they got out and they go back in. So, but they don't fit through the panels anymore. So the little holes in the fence, they don't fit through that anymore.
Okay, guys,
We finally figured out not to get tangled in the field fencing with the new fence that we've got, and we haven't had anybody stuck in there for a little bit. So that's been good. We put new fencing up, it got done right, and then when that got done right, all of a sudden their horns were getting stuck in the fencing because they figured they could still get through. So yeah.
So, that's almost at 100 videos.
Good.
Awesome.
Nice.
Awesome. We are somebody. I'm not naming any names. Is supposed to make a video to share something very special that we've got going on.
Been busy.
Now you got time. You how much TV have you watched?
Well, I'm cooking.
I see you come in here and you sit down right here in front of the fan.
Because it's hot. I'm at the
Then
stove.
instead of watching TV, make the video.
I know.
She's supposed to be sharing some very special.
I'm just a slacker. Let me share with you all now.
No, don't do it now.
We are close.
No, I'll shut it down. I swear to God, I will shut it down. Guys, go live a life to free. If she says it, I'm shutting it down. She will do anything. I am carrying this channel on my back, making videos, and she's got so much stuff going on that she could be sharing with you that she's not sharing because she doesn't want to make the video.
Actually, that's not true. I was actually thinking, so this new recipe that I'm going to try tonight is actually very interesting. It's a one dish, and it only takes about 30 minutes, and so make a really good from scratch the black beans. Well, you could do black beans and then your chilies and that kind of thing. So from scratch, it's a ground burger Mexican rice casserole. And so it looks delicious. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna try that. So Indiana Mike is in this Mexican theme right now. He loves Mexican food, and so I was trying to look and think about some different recipes and what I could change up, what I could try, and what I could do, which is why my enchiladas changed. I just thought I would try it. For some reason, I remember. Well, basically, what I was doing is I was taking some of the components from the enchilada casserole that I do, and I was like, I wonder what this would do in regular enchiladas. But before I sent that tray over, I wanted to make sure that I at least made him 3 so that he could try them and then let me know if they were any good or not. And if they weren't any good, then no big deal, no loss. Oh man, it's her. She's the one.
Is it Freya?
I don't know. They're both here.
Oh man, yes. Definitely, we need pray for the Lord to exercise whatever's coming out of these dogs. My goodness.
Oh man.
Tell Randy about your PT Alpine for the flies.
Oh yeah.
He says they got a gnat problem.
Oh yeah, this works well. Well, the gnat problem. One of the things that you can do is take beer and then empty. You just want half a can of beer, and as it goes stale, like I literally have a half can of beer that sits up there, and then up on the counter next to the sink. I do that, and then so they'll fly in to get the beer. For some reason they're attracted to it, and then I think probably from the yeast, right? And then
sugar and stuff.
And then so then they fall into it and they drown. So that works. And then there is actually, let me go grab it, because do you have a garbage disposal, Randy? See if he has a garbage disposal.
What?
Huh?
You just asked him. Go get it while he's telling.
Well, if he doesn't have one, I don't need to get it.
Well, maybe somebody else has got one anymore.
Okay.
Is this the Entertain Randy channel tonight?
He's the one that asked the question.
Yeah, but you should be sharing
your
experience with everybody.
Why you gotta be like that? Don't be that guy. Oh shoot. And then I have some.
Oh.
Should have 2 left.
A garbage disposal, Randy?
So you have to have a garbage disposal for this.
Well, whatever it is, she can't find
I
it.
can't find
Why
it.
don't you just come tell people?
Oh, here it is. It fell in the.
Oh.
It fell in the dishwasher. I've been washing dishes by hand, so I haven't had to use the paddles.
She's trying to go trad wife.
No,
It's a thing now.
we have hard water, and I'm tired of running my dishwasher. I have to wash dishes, and he never rinses his dish. So I have to wash them before I put them in the dishwasher, and then I run them through the dishwasher, and then things stick on the plates and the cups and everything else. So I have to wash them again before I put them in. So problem solved. I'm down
No
to
garbage
just
disposal.
no.
We'll share it with people.
Well, if any of you that do have a garbage disposal, I don't know, you don't have to do that. It's a garbage disposer cleaner. But what it does, you run hot water straight into your garbage disposal, let that run for a minute or two, and then especially if you have septic, this works really, really well. And so you're going to notice it comes in both drains when you get going, because you'll put that in, you'll run the garbage disposal, it foams up, everything starts working and cleaning. Like, I have 0 gnats now. So between the beer and that's working. What you could also do.
See, you're talking about the garbage disposal, and we're starting to freeze up. The garbage disposal consortium is trying to. They're hitting our feet. They're making us freeze up because you're talking about it.
Whatever. And so anyway, so that's something you can do, but the beer really works. So you can do that. But then there's also this, which is PT Alpine, which Mossy of Parrot told me about. Somebody had recommended it to her. You're not going to be able to see that with that light.
It literally just says PT Alpine.
PT Alpine.
Pressurized fly bait.
Yeah, and it you can get it off Amazon. It's a 16-ounce bottle, about $33 and that kind of thing. Literally, you would. I don't know how it's going to work during the drain though. I just don't know.
It's safe for pets.
It's safe for pets, safe for humans, that kind of thing. We had a really bad fly issue, and I was trying to figure that out before all the cooking and that madness started. So I ordered this, and I sprayed the floors, and I sprayed around the doors and all that, and I was sleeping for days, sleeping up dead flies. It really works. So you might try that. I just don't know how it's going to work in the rain, because you know it's going to wash. But this stuff lasts 30 days. You only have to spray every 30 days.
Okay, listen. We're getting on an hour and 20 minutes. We do have some stuff we got to go do.
Yeah.
Listen, you guys are going to be bombarded. The coming months, you're going to be bombarded with propaganda and stuff telling you how great certain things are and what a bad person you are for thinking the way you do. Ignore that. Ignore it all. You guys know exactly what needs to be done. You guys are doing it. Every single person in the chat right now is someplace on that spectrum, and I'm not talking about autism, although some of you are. You know who I'm talking about. But you guys are you're all moving right in the right direction, and just work towards it, and ignore the naysayers, ignore the negative people, and stay positive. If you guys need any encouragement, or you just want to drop a line, go ahead and email us. We'll be happy to respond back. We've responded back to people before.
As a matter of fact, I had to do a response. Somebody from Colorado messaged me. A couple other people had reached out, but I figured it was just like around Christmas and stuff, so I figured it was just that. But sun ovens will be back in inventory on Friday. So if you want to get your sun oven ordered, now would be the time to do it. I'm having a problem getting supplies in for manufacturing and that kind of thing. So what's there is there. So get it on Friday. And
that'd be a great video now. Sounds awesome. Sun would bake it super quick.
Yeah.
In the afternoon.
I could do that and let everybody know that it's coming back in inventory.
Do your one dish in that?
Which one dish?
Your Mexican one dish?
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No, I gotta have a skillet for that.
Zach got a new garbage disposal about 3 months ago, and when we use it, we have to have a stopper on the other side of the sink because it's so powerful it shoots up.
I have that problem. I got a commercial one, and I have that problem with mine. And it doesn't help that I dropped with the tile piece that goes in the corners. I dropped one down inside, and I'm too afraid to reach my hand down there. So it hits the food and it sprays back up in my face. I asked you to remove it several times.
My hand is too big. I can't reach it down.
So I don't know what I'm gonna do. Like I
reach down in there. You turn it off. Turn it off and unplug it.
No.
And then reach in there.
There was a movie I watched, and I saw what happened. No, No,
TV.
I do not stick my hand down garbage disposal, and even Carrie Ann. So this is actually really her fault. So Carrie Ann told me years ago. She's like, "Girl, whatever you do," she said, "do not stick your hand in that garbage disposal." She, you with the water running. She said, "You are going to get electrocuted." So there's like all kinds of weird things that can happen.
That's why you
over there.
unplug it.
Unplug the garbage disposal.
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
So you don't get electrocuted.
Why would you? Anyway,
If you're sticking your hand down in
it's
there,
just
unplug
safer.
it, and it can't actually
It's just
turn on.
safer for me not to do it.
This is
I'll wait till my daughter-in-law gets here and ask her.
yeah. There, HG. There's a story there that you're gonna hear in a video coming up sometime. I don't know. I'm not sure when it's gonna happen, but I know the story's gonna come out whenever we do. It's gonna be me doing the video. So whenever I do this video, you're gonna understand why we've got a garbage disposal.
Why is it bad to have a garbage disposal?
He said we got all these animals.
Oh yeah, no, we gotta have a garbage disposal. Right now, this is the thing. My sink would be stocked up all the time, and it's not. Food goes out. Trust me, we don't waste, but there are just sometimes gotta have a garbage disposal.
And that's one of the reasons why we got the garbage disposal we got, because it's got a great big huge grinder in it, and it's going into the septic. So
Yeah.
we had one at the last place with the septic tank, and you know, as long as you're doing proper maintenance on the tank, it's all good. All right, listen. Got anything else you want to say? Any other tangents you want to go off on? Squirrels, shiny objects, conspiracy theories, nothing. Okay. Like I said, you guys just stay positive, talk to each other, support each other, moving in the right direction, and you got to go live a lifetime free, right? Okay, you want to say goodbye before I hang up?
Yeah, all right, guys. Like Lynn, it's just not a big deal. I don't even care. I just don't stand with my head over the sink when I run the garbage disposal because I know what's going to happen. But yeah, so and eventually it'll take that plastic apart. So anyway, but until next time. Well, tomorrow will be at least 1% better than you were today.
Take care, guys.